Dead Space 2, originally released in January of 2011, currently retailing for $19.99, is available on Xbox platforms and on PC. Dead Space 2 is just more of Dead Space 1 in a lot of ways. The over-the-shoulder combat is exactly the same. The exploration of poorly lit areas is also the same. But it is not a one-to-one remake of the original. You're still playing as Isaac Clarke. At the start of this game, he's in some kind of mental institution, and given the events of the first game, that's quite understandable. Unfortunately for Isaac, we're taking control of him just as things are starting to go horribly wrong. Guess Isaac just can't catch a break. So, for the intro, you'll stumble around a bit, till you jerry-rig together a weapon, and after a little killing in your scrubs, you'll find yourself a fancy spacesuit, and Isaac will get back to doing exactly what he was doing in the first game. Only the settings will be quite different. While the first game primarily took place on a mining ship, this game takes place on a huge space station, which does have some industrial areas akin to the first game, but also features more urban areas. You'll find yourself going through apartments, a commercial mall area, even a school for young children, and a church of sorts. And these areas are made truly horrific, with necromorphs not seen in the first game, like the exploding babies, or these creepy children necromorphs that attack you in huge numbers, or these horrible creatures that peek around corners only to charge at you. Unfortunately, though, there are no real boss fights throughout Dead Space 2. Where the first game would often end chapters with a boss fight, Dead Space 2 prefers to let one chapter bleed into the next, and oftentimes the save screen will be the only way you know you've moved on to a new chapter. Dead Space 2 is also much more overt about when Isaac's mind is playing tricks on him. In the first game, there was always some level of ambiguity as to if what Isaac was seeing was real or not. Here, if Isaac's hallucinating, you will be very aware of it. A special camera filter gets used, and his hallucinations will behave in ways that no real thing could. The game does have some real standout moments, however. Whenever you're in a zero-G environment, your ability to float around it and explore it is amazing. And combat in the zero-G areas often becomes very disorienting, and can become quite panic-inducing. But is Dead Space 2 worth your money? While Dead Space 2 is absolutely not as strong as the first game, it is, however, still an excellent over-the-shoulder shooter. And if you're looking for more of that Resident Evil 4, Dead Space 1 kind of gameplay, there are a lot worse places you could go than Dead Space 2, especially for its humble price of only $20. Both Xbox and Steam put this game on sale frequently, oftentimes only wanting $5 for the experience. So yes, despite being weaker than the original, I absolutely recommend Dead Space 2. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends.